this video is gonna need some editing.
So this is like a terrible video quality because I'm filming it on Snapchat and my phone is trash, but if I ever do start YouTube or anything, I'm going to want to have this. So yesterday, I found out that I got into UWC ISAK Japan, which is insane. I originally didn't make it into UWC. I got put on a waiting list, and I didn't think anything would come of it. And the fact that I'm essentially moving out of my house in 4 months to go to Japan with people I've never met before, and leaving everything behind is absolutely terrifying. But I'm excited, and it's gonna be awesome, and I have so many emotions right now. I can't, I just...
After an incredible, stressful, life-changing, amazing first semester at UWC ISAK Japan, I am home for 3 weeks to celebrate Christmas with my family. And to commemorate that coming home, I thought that I would make a reflection video just to talk about how UWC is going so far. The good, the bad, and everything in between. Because I think it's important for people that are interested in UWC to hear an honest perspective on what life is like there. So without further ado, I'll get right into it. I don't have a script or a plan for this video. I just want to have an honest reflection to really capture my true feelings about the school. So I hope you enjoy. The people at UWC's are... I can't even explain it, but I've just fallen in with this amazing mix of people that just make me feel so welcome and like I belong there, and they're just so kind and so amazing, and I would do anything for them. And it's only been 4 months since we met and learned each other's names, and I feel like we've grown so much, and I think that's something that is universal at UWC because, you know, you're not just going to class with these people, meeting these people, you are living with them. You know, you have experiences with these people that change your life, like getting lost in Tokyo and breaking down on the subway, or staying up till after curfew with your friends from theater rehearsing, or surviving a typhoon and the subsequent week of no power. All of these things really bring you close to the community, and even if I'm from Canada, you're from Burkina Faso, you're from Indonesia, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're all just teenagers, and we're all gonna do stupid things, and we're all gonna fall in love, and we're all gonna fail math tests together, and that is something that I don't know, I really can't explain the feeling, but that's honestly my favorite part of UWC, and it's made the entire experience worth it. First, I'm gonna fix my framing, because there we go, that's better. Okay. So quick disclaimer, when I talk about this, it's gonna sound like I'm just whining and complaining. I'm not. Obviously, I'm so thankful for this experience and I love it so much, but I think that it is important for people to hear the criticisms about the school, and I don't think criticisms mean that the school is a bad place. I don't think it means that you shouldn't apply. Obviously, you should come. This is an amazing school. I will say that as many times as I need to, but it's important to get a full perspective, because the last thing anyone wants is for someone to come here with a false image of the school and then not enjoy themselves. So I think you should come knowing what you're gonna get, and that's knowing the upsides and the downsides, because it's unrealistic to go to a place thinking that it's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows, because there's obviously going to be parts that you don't enjoy, and that's inevitable, and that's okay. I think everyone assumes that homesickness would be the hardest part, but actually I feel like most people kind of get over that after about a month. You don't really miss home. Obviously you miss home, but not in a way that, you know, cripples you or makes it harder for you to go about your day. I think that homesickness is more of a thing that comes in when other things start to pile up. So when you're feeling stressed about a lot, and then you're like, and I'm not even at home, and my parents are in a different time zone, and then it's just kind of like the straw that breaks the camel's back, but it's never, I feel like, the catalyst for something. It's just always this underlying thing that can come up and can push you over the edge if you're already feeling super stressed. I think a big complaint that I've heard from a lot of ISAK specific students is the isolation. For a lot of people that grew up in big cities, especially the Europeans who are used to a much livelier lifestyle, I think that's a huge adjustment, and it does create some problems of feeling, you know, a bit of cabin fever. You're on this campus with less than 200 students, and sometimes you can run out of things to do. I think the other side of that is that you don't always feel like you're in Japan. Like, obviously, you know, you're living on a Japanese mountain, you're surrounded by a large percentage of Japanese students, you eat rice 3 meals a day, but at the end of the day, there's not that exposure to Japanese culture that I think some students were looking for, and that could have been looking through a lens of, you know, stereotype and, you know, seeing Japanese culture as one thing when, you know, who really lives up to the international perspective of their culture anyway. Like, I'm Canadian, I don't live in an igloo and say a boot, although some people say I say a boot. But I think that we could definitely do some more Japanese culture things. There are excursions, there are clubs you can join, but, you know, little things like not celebrating Japanese holidays and stuff, I think there could be a bit more of that at the school. Next, I want to talk about how UWC has changed me. So, you know, you always talk about how UWC changes you and how you grow as a person and just are different when you come back, and I think that is accurate to a certain extent. I've only been there for 4 months. I'm definitely going to change much more over the course of my time at ISAK, but I think the biggest thing I've noticed with myself is that I put myself out there a lot more. You know, like I said, I never really felt like I fit in back home, and back then I thought that, you know, it was my friends' fault. They always hang out without me, they have group chats without me, they're horrible people. But I think that coming to ISAK, I've realized that none of that's true, and that it was partly my fault for not making an effort. You know, I never asked to hang out with my friends, I never made that first step, and I think that going to ISAK, I really wanted to make new friends, and so I put the effort in, and I went to events, and I joined clubs, and I talked to people, and I sat down at lunch with people I'd never talked to before, and that was something I'd never done to that extent. And, you know, I've always considered myself introverted, and I think I still am to a certain point, but I think that genuinely I have gotten so much better at making friends and at really feeling like part of something because I am making myself part of something. And I think that I've really changed my outlook on what socializing means and what it means to be part of a group, and that it's not all something that just happens naturally, and that you do have to put an effort into it. But that's an important effort, and it's a good effort to put in, if that makes sense. The next thing I want to talk about is what I'm looking forward to in the coming year and a half I have left at the school. I think I'm really looking forward to seeing the group that I came in with grow and evolve and change, seeing how our community evolves from something that, you know, we were all these individuals that came onto this campus without knowing each other's names, without knowing anything about each other's countries, and seeing how the grade 12s interact now. Some of them have known each other for 2 years, some for 3, and just really getting that connection that they have. These are really going to be friendships for life. I already know that, and I can't wait to see that evolve. And I'm really, really excited for just what we make together and what we do at ISAK. So those are my thoughts on UWC so far. Honestly, I love the school. Yes, I complain. Yes, I have bad days. That will happen anywhere. But overall, this experience has already been so positive for me. And I think that even if I was just going for the 4 months, it would be worth it, and I would do it again. When I get back from the break, I'm going to be making a residence dorm tour video, a campus tour, a day in the life video, lots of fun videos coming up, so I hope you enjoy those. And yeah, happy holidays.